Hello, I'm Mrs. C. I'm an ELL teacher at Florida Connections Academy. Today, I'm going to be going over the Unit 8 Equal Shares, Lesson 3, Understand Halves and Fourths Portfolio Assignment. This is a math assignment for you to complete at home and then turn into your teacher for a grade. So, for this assignment, you're going to have a worksheet that looks just like this. It says fractional parts at the top. Read and answer the questions. Question number 1 says, think of things that you can divide into equal shares with a group of friends. Make a list of 4 things that you might share. So you can think of anything that you could divide into equal parts. That's what shares means. So I thought of cookies. I thought of oranges. I thought of apples. I thought of watermelons. So I am hungry. I'm thinking of a lot of different foods that I could divide and share. Below that, it says draw one of the items on your list. So you're not drawing all 4, you're just choosing one. So I chose to draw cookies. I think that cookies are really delicious. And like I said, I was a little bit hungry and I thought it'd be easy to draw a cookie and then show it divided up. So here is the item I drew. I drew one whole cookie. Below that, it says draw a picture of your item divided into 2 halves. Label the halves 1 and 2. So you can see I split my cookie into 2 equal parts and I wrote 1 and 2. Now I have 1 half and my second half. This one says draw a picture of your item divided into quarters. Quarters is a synonym for fourths. So I need 4 pieces of my cookie. Label the quarters 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I have 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. These are all equal in size and it is in 4 parts, so I know that it's divided into fourths. So that is the first page, but there's more. So let's look at the rest of our worksheet. If I scroll down, question number 2 says, which picture shows more shares? The one with halves or the one with fourths? Explain. So think about that cookie. Which one has more parts that I could share with my friends? Let's look at it again. In my first picture, I have one whole. I can only share that with one person. In my second picture, I have 2 halves. I could share that with myself and one friend. In my third picture, I have 4 parts. I could share that with myself and 3 other friends. So think about that and answer number 2 with a complete sentence. All right, there's another question. Number 3 says, which picture shows larger shares? The one with halves or the ones with fourths? Explain. So now it wants us to decide which one has larger shares, or another word for that would be larger pieces or larger parts. So if I look at my cookies again, I see the first one is one whole. The second one has 2 parts. That means they're each half the size of that whole. The third one has 4 parts. That means they're all each 1/4 or 1/4 of the size of one whole. So think about that and decide which one has the largest share or the largest piece. And then go ahead and answer question number 3. Okay, so there's another page. If I look at the third page, oh, actually, it's the bottom of this page. There's another section. It says, draw the item you want to share again. So I'm going to draw my cookie again. But this time, I'm going to divide it into halves a different way and divide it into quarters a different way. So I've got to take my same item, which was a cookie, and I need to divide it differently. But the parts still need to be equal or the same size. So let's try that. Here's my cookie again. One whole, it's still going to look the same. It hasn't changed. This time, when I divided it into halves, I didn't divide it vertically or up and down. I divided it horizontally or straight across. I still did it in the middle of the cookie, so my top half and my bottom half would be the same size or equal. I labeled my first half 1 and my second half with 2. When I did my quarter last time, I went straight up and down and straight across, kind of like a letter T. This time I did diagonal lines like letter X. So I went across one way and across the other way diagonally. These are still equal in size, but now I have them cut a different way. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4 parts that are equal in size, but I cut them diagonally this time. All right, so Now we're going to answer some questions about that picture of our cookie. Let's go back to our worksheet and go ahead and scroll down to that last page. Question number 4 says, look at the two pictures of your item divided into halves. Does the size of the halves change when you divide the item differently? Explain. So think about your whole cookie. Your whole cookie starts out in a circle. I can cut that circle in half up and down or that half across. Do those halves change size? They might change shape a little bit, but are they still going to equal that one whole cookie? I think so. So think about that and then answer number 4 as best you can in a nice complete sentence. Okay, question number 5, last one. Look at the two pictures of your item divided into quarters. That's 4 pieces. Does the size of the quarters change when you divide the item differently? Explain. Same idea. I have one whole cookie. It's a big circle. I can cut it straight down, straight across. That gives me fourths. I can cut diagonally, like the letter X. That gives me fourths. Are those fourths changing size? Or do they still equal one whole cookie? And are they still equal in size? Think about that and then answer question number 5 with a complete sentence. Once you get your worksheet completed, you've got your cookies drawn, you've got them divided into halves and fourths 2 different ways, and you've answered those questions. Go ahead and upload this and turn it into your teacher, and I'm sure you'll do a fantastic job. I hope this was helpful to you. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.